Hey, Chad Imhoff here, EFT Guy, part of the Success and Vulnerability team. I want to share a few thoughts from our group this morning. I have an excellent group of supervisees who really do good work with clients. And one of the things that came up is how do we keep our focus in session? A lot of times clients come in and they present with all kinds of interesting and probably important content. And so they'll come in and say, hey, this hurts. I'm sad and I'm alone. And it relates to my behavior in this way or that way, or experience with trauma, or all this kind of like story that is important because it ties us back to their felt experience. And so that's really what we started thinking about, is like, what is the felt experience of the client in the room? What is the live or palpable emotion that we are facing and coming up against with this client? That is the thing. So that is the thing we want to stay focused on. That's the thing that we want to stay in tune with. And so I kind of made this little tango chart that kind of helps me think about it. But in the center of all of the tango is this person's felt experience or lived experience, felt emotion, live emotion. What is happening to them in the room? So when we say get into present process, we really mean get in touch with how they're handling their hurt, their pain, their loss. And what are they doing with it? What are the solutions that they're coming up with to handle this part of themselves that is in pain? So when I think about present process, I like the term fray. Ryan Moran mentioned that. It's like, can I get in touch with what are their failed repair attempts, that they're doing yet again that don't seem to work? But you can also just say, like, what is their experience? If you're asking yourself that question in session and then saying, I'm going to declare a mission to go after that experience and do something new with it, I think it helps you stay close to the client's need in that place. And then as we go into that, like, we want to expand that felt experience. So again, it's tied back to, I'm going to expand this emotional kind of felt sense. So I'm going to spend time with a live emotion and I'm going to try to expand it and make a little bit more, I want to say sense of it, but give more clarity and awareness and organization to what has been previously dealt with in an or maladaptive way, unhealthy way, possibly. And so as I move through that, I get it to a place where I can enact it, whether it's an individual to a part of self or a safe other imagined, or it's in a couple. Can I enact between the two of them, the felt experience, the lived process inside of the tango? And then as I've done that, I'll have more energy and more things come forward. And that's when I can start to really start processing and working with live emotion. I can really have new experiences in the present. And then lastly, we summarize it. And that is a summarization of what we did with their felt or lived experience. So kind of like putting that dot in the center, kind of saying, hey, this little piece that's right here, right? That's right here, that we can say that central thing is their experience. It is what we're tied to in the process. Y'all, we get better together. And I believe that deeply. And so if you don't have somebody you're working with, or a supervisor, or a set of friends that you can sit down and practice this stuff with, I think it's hard to get better. So I encourage you, get involved in your local community, find some people to practice and discuss this with. I know it's rich for me to sit down and think about these things, and I know it would be for you too. Again, we get better together. Thanks for checking this out.